Lawmakers are scrutinizing a proposed measure that seeks to create a department that will specifically focus on disaster response and resilience. This and other developments in the lower house in tonight's wrap-up by Melalis Moras.
The House Committee on Government Reorganization, together with the House Committee on Disaster Resilience, started deliberations on more or less 30 bills pushing for the creation of the Department of Disaster Resilience in the country. During his sponsorship speech, one of the authors of the bill, Albay 2nd District Representative Joey Salceda, highlighted the importance of this measure.
The annual cost of natural disasters, very clear historically, could go as high as 5%. And the average is about 1.4% of GDP. This is probably the largest causes of our growth overhang, or the difference between our potential output and the actual growth rate. So to the critics who say that disaster resilience does not deserve its own agency, I ask, what else does?
Once enacted, the DDR will manage the preemptive evacuation, rationing of relief goods, and other emergency measures during calamities as well as other important events. Different agencies express support to this proposed measure.
We would like to reiterate our support for the creation of one dedicated and accountable agency that will lead our national efforts towards attaining a common goal of having safe and resilient communities served.
This will ensure a holistic, comprehensive, and integrated approach to DRRM with the 4 thematic phases proposed to be led by a single agency.
In the end, a technical working group will be formed to further study the proposal. In a separate hearing of the House Committee on Women and Gender Equality, the lawmakers also continued their deliberation on fighting discrimination based on the sexual orientation, gender identity and expression, or the SOGI bill. Meanwhile, other health-related matters were also discussed at the hearing of the House Committee on Health. Melalis Moras for The Nation.